You were just amazing, guys. Almost 120 people here. 120. It's crazy. So I remember last time it was just like, I don't remember exactly, 30, 35, something like that, 40. And now so many people attending live. That's why we decided, or Carla asked me to give a little input. And at the end, we're doing like a little Q&A. So if you have questions, if you want to know something specific, we can do that afterwards. Maybe I cover it in my little input. And I would say, let's go into it. Are you ready, guys?
I think they're all ready, Michael, and I'm looking forward to this. So now,
Nice.
last time we did some things on regards to closing. So if people really want to learn more about closing, that's something that they can check that out. But I know there's so much more, Michael. I mean, when you have that growth in your business, I mean, you've done so much in regards to sponsoring. And I know that you learned a lot and you've been practicing these, income producing strategies and what you're going to do. But what is some of the biggest keys that we're going to get from you today?
Yeah. Thank you, Carla. I think one of the most important things is that you work with leverage, that you duplicate yourself. And for that, you need a system that's easy. And that's what we are doing. We break it down to a few easy steps, and I'm going to share that with you today. So no worries. But first of all, just 2 minutes for those guys who don't know me. Who is this guy talking and polarizing? Because some people like me, some people don't like me. And every time if you do something unnormal, there will always be people who don't like it. And that's super normal. So also in your inner circle, maybe some people think, all right, now she got really arrogant. She thinks she can do this business, and they like to fight you a little bit, especially in your inner circle. And the same thing was for me. I was studying to get a teacher because I didn't know what to do. I was traveling a lot, and I thought maybe teaching, that could be my kind of stuff, but I don't really thought about it. And then I did it. I finished the studies. My parents were super happy because I was born in a very small village in Austria, just 2,500 people. And do you know what the people do in a 2,500 people village? They talk a lot. And my parents were so proud that they could say, hey, my son, he's studying in Vienna, the capital, and he's going to get a teacher. They were so proud. And I was just doing it for them. And I finished the studies, but I realized it's not my passion. I'm not burning. It's something missing. I had a good life. I had everything what I almost needed, but I had this fire burning, and I knew it's not my thing. Then I finished the studies. I got my diploma after 6 years, and I can show you a picture if you want. Just let me share the screen. I think I have it in the presentation. Yeah. Can you see my screen now? Yeah. On the top. That's the day I got my diploma, and everybody who sees this picture thinks, oh my gosh, that's his happiest day in his life. And everybody saw it, but inside me, I was feeling, oh my gosh, it's not my happiest day. It's my unhappiest because I'm living a life just for others. And at this day, I decided, the next day I told my parents, Mama, Papa, I'm sorry, I'm super happy that you supported me in the studies, but I'm not going to be a teacher because I thought what's going to happen in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, and I don't want to be in that position. My passion is to build up some big muscles. I'm going to be a fitness trainer. And I told them that. And how you can imagine, they were super angry, and they were, all right, try your stuff, but then you go back to school, little Michael. But I was serious. And I wanted to change. Then I tried my own fitness stuff. I did my education in fitness, and I tried to sell a program, but it was super difficult. And then a guy texted me on Instagram. I was super broke because as a student, I saved 10 euros a month, so it was gone super quick. And then a guy invited me on a presentation, on a Zinzino presentation. And I took a look on this presentation, and I was sitting there. I was like, all right, come on. If 1% of that what this guy is telling me right now is true. This could be my ticket out of freedom. This could be my ticket into freedom. And I started and I tried. And most people think, all right, he's in the business 2.5 years. He's ambassador. He must have a super quick start. And guys, honestly, my start was like a disaster. I was a teacher, and that's not the best thing. Why? Because teachers, they know everything better. And to know everything better in network marketing, it's not the smartest thing, because then you don't work the system. So I tried my own stuff. And I just made one fast start pony. I just made Smart Bronze, no fast silver, no XTEM, no ECB. And so that was my start. After 2 months, I had nothing. And but I thought for myself, all right, next to my full-time job, next to my fitness program, I did like every night a little bit of Zinzino, and I thought, hey, after 6 months I should be a diamond. But I had no skills. I really had no skills. And after 6 months, I was like silver, having a few partners. One of them was Sasha, and then something crucial happened, because Sasha invited me to a follow-up. And because I'm his upline, I'm his sponsor, and he did all the work. He did the invitation, the presentation, the first follow-up, and then he took me to the second follow-up because I'm his upline. And I was there just talking, no questions, and they had some objections. I just said, no, you have to see it that way. And they just waited to leave the Zoom room. They just waited when I stopped talking that they can go. And I did it always like that. And then Sasha told me, hey, Michael, I really love you. You're a cool guy, but this Zinzino thing is super serious for me. I'm not going to do any more follow-ups with you. And I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, it was like a punch into my heart. And I realized, okay, I have to change. I really need to learn these skills, because after 6 months, super broke, my girlfriend paid almost all the rent, and I was doing my Zinzino stuff. I had such a bad feeling about myself. I took a look into the mirror and I was disgusted, because I was spending time, I was doing that, talking big, but there were no skills and no results. And then after these 6 months, I made the decision to change. And it's a decision. And today I'm going to show you what I changed, and maybe you can change it as well, or maybe you can implement a few things, or maybe some people get inspired if you hear me talking, and some people think, oh my gosh, I cannot listen to this guy. And both people is super fine for me. Maybe just take this kind of stuff you can use, and if I can have one person with this input, everything is good for me. So just a little more question, because people think, all right, okay, he can do it because he was a teacher, he can talk. Honestly, guys, I could not talk, because in Austria, if you get a teacher, you have like 5 hours in the school in the 6-year study, so you have no practice, you just have theory. And I could not talk. My first presentations was like 60 minutes, monotone. Hello, my name is Michael Stüttler. I'm going to talk about omega-3 and it's super important. It was like 45 minutes like this. People just waited to leave the Zoom room. And then I knew I have to change. I need to practice. And then we decided, okay, every Monday, 7 p.m., we are doing a live presentation. I can show you our first flyer. Where did I put it? Just a second. Yeah, put it here. That was our first flyer. I don't know why it's not coming. So, okay, I show it like this. Can you see it now, Carla? The flyer? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And we made the first flyer. And every Monday we did the presentation. And the first night, like 5 people attended, 2 joined. I did it together with Benjamin. Benjamin, my sponsor was inactive, so I had no upline. And then Benjamin did the presentation with me. He was diamond back then. Now he's a royal crown. But at this day, I was like nothing, and he was a diamond. And we did this presentation. The second presentation, just 1 person came. I was inviting all week long. Benjamin was inviting to a good presentation, not to mine. So I was the only guy inviting. And then 1 person was there. Okay. I did the presentation. After 30 minutes, I said, all right, they leave. Then next Monday, I was sitting there alone because Benjamin was not coming either, and nobody was coming. But 10 people told they will come, but nobody came. I was sitting there, you can imagine how I felt, suited up, but I did the presentation. Next week, again, I waited all week. Nobody was coming because my invitation was like super bad. And I was sitting there. I saw like maybe 15 people are coming. Nobody was there. I did the presentation. My girlfriend was sitting next to me. They said, what are you doing? Nobody's there. Why are you talking so loud? Why are you doing all of these jokes and stuff? Because I tried to improve every time. I tried to put in the jokes. I tried to put in to make a powerful presentation. I really tried to work on me. And because I realized it's not important when everybody's watching. Now 130 people are on the call. Now it's easy to deliver your story. Now it's easy. But what are you doing if nobody's watching? Then it counts. And the next week, nobody was coming. I did the presentation. Then something crucial happened. Like in March 2021, something like that. I was like no rank, no skills. And then Robin came. Robin was an old school friend of mine, and he attended. And he was there, and I told him, hey, you need to have a look at this great opportunity, and it's like the best business ever, and everybody wants to join. Just take a look. And then he was the only guy there, and he told me, hey, Michael, I'm sorry, but if it's that great of an opportunity, why I'm the only person? I said, yeah, the others could not come, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, okay, I think it could get embarrassing right now. Should we just leave and leave it like that? And I was sitting there super insecure, and I said, all right, yeah, then just leave. And he left. And I was sitting there 20 minutes. You can imagine how I felt. And I did the presentation. That's how I developed my skills. When nobody was watching, I was putting in the hours. And you don't need the skills at the beginning. You don't need it right now. You just have to make the decision to get the skills and to get the excitement, because if you increase your numbers, your percentage is getting better. If your percentage is getting better, results are coming. If results are coming, belief is rising. And if belief is rising, excitement is kicking in. And if you have excitement, it's the easiest thing to duplicate. So it all goes back to you putting in the numbers, the practice to getting better. And that's what I did, just to prove you. Like after 6 months, I was like down there, but I think I showed you last time. And then I found the solution, and I tell you the solution right now, because I can tell you what my thoughts were. It was like, in Austria, people don't pay so much money for supplements. In Austria, it just doesn't work. Or I'm just not a salesman. 95% in network marketing are not earning any money. Is it a pyramid scheme? Can I make a stable income in this profession? Why it doesn't work? I'm doing so much every night. I had no skills, no experience, and I was a teacher, not the best thing. So that were my thoughts. And my girlfriend paying a lot of almost everything of the rent. So I was in that position, and then I said, all right, okay, I need the solution right now. And I put it in my spare time from home. And the solution is to focus just on the 6 income producing activities. And I'm not going through them like I did it in the director call. I think that there's a recording of that. If you are interested in that, I just show you real quick what are the 6 income producing activities. And if you focus on that 6 things, your business is going to grow. I can promise you. The first thing is you have to master to make contacts. How you work professionally with a list, because there are amateurs, there are posers, and there are professionals. The amateurs, they don't make a list. They say, all right, I know John and Harry and Frida, and they join, and I'm a black crown after 2 years. And nobody's joining, and they say, all right, network marketing is not working. Then there are the posers. They write a list of 100 people, but they how do you say, they judge. They say, oh no, for Carla, it's not the right thing. Carla, she's super successful. She does not like that kind of business. Or Peter, no. He has so much to do in his work. So they judge before they contact them. That's one of the biggest mistakes. That are the posers. They try like 10 people and then they say, all right, network marketing is not working. And then there are the professionals. And the professionals work with an active candidate list. So they put 2 new contacts every day on this list. And people tell me, yeah, I don't know so many people. Come on, guys. Take your smartphone. I show you something. Take your smartphone, go to contacts. I don't know if you can see it, but then you scroll down till the end and there's a number. In my case, there's 2,500. And I'm sure in your contact list, there are like 400, 500, 600 at least. Then check Facebook. I can guarantee you have 400, 500, 600 Facebook friends. And yes, they are not warmed up, but you can write them. Hey, I see we are friends on Facebook. Can you explain me why? How were you doing? What are you doing? And yeah, let's have a chat. I'm really interested how you came on. And the same thing in Instagram. Just take a look on how many people you're following. And everybody has the contacts. And if not, there are many possibilities to do cold market stuff, but that's not the topic right now. So that's the first thing. You have to master how to make contacts. The second thing is you have to master how to do a right invitation. And that kind of stuff I'll show you in a second, how you can do it, especially in the beginning. And then you have to make, if you work in the cold market, that's why it's red, you have to make a first appointment. Because I did the big mistake. I thought, all right, I have a super video and I have a super presentation, and I invite them just to the presentation, or I send them a video and they take a look and it works, and I send 100 videos to people. Okay, if 1% likes it, then I have a partner. But it does not work. I sent out like 700 videos. Nobody joined. No customer, no partner. Don't do it that way. You have to make a first call, a first talk. Why? Because it's not about you, it's about them. You have to find out what is his need, what is his problem, what are his skills, why the business is good for him. So you have to know the trigger points. Otherwise, it does not make sense to invite him to a presentation. So that kind of stuff you have to do in the cold market. Then for sure the presentation. The fourth thing is the follow-up. The fifth thing is the closing. We talked about that last time. And the sixth thing is the onboarding. And on the onboarding and the first invitations, I think from my point of view, list, invitation and onboarding, they are the most important things, because that's the easiest way to duplicate. And if you master that thing, your business is taking off. Like presentation, follow-up, closing. Yeah, it's nice to have some skills there, but that's not the most important thing from my point of view. So then just take a quick look, guys. I showed that in the director training, so that's why I'm doing it real quick. When I sign up a partner, when he said, yes, Michael, I'm going to do that, I know it already, otherwise I could not close him, but I really ask again. Okay, I do 6 questions. I have the 6 questions from our genius founder, Orion. So it's his questions. I just copy it. And he asks, what is your goal with Zinzino? What do you really want to get out of it? And I want to hear a number here. Because I cannot help him with financial freedom. I cannot help him with a Thailand travel. I cannot help him with sending his kids to a private school. I need an amount. Then I can show him a rank where he get that amount to pay whatever he wants. So you need to get this amount. Many people, they don't want to tell. Maybe you know that situation. And you ask, okay, what do you want to have out of Zinzino? Yeah, I want to help them and that and school and blah, blah, blah. And then you have to dig deeper. Okay, more details. What do you want to get out from Zinzino after helping all the others? What do you want to have for yourself? Where do you want to make these meetings? What is your lifestyle? And then they tell you, yeah, maybe it's that, and that. And then I asked them, okay, from your point of view, how much money do you need for this lifestyle monthly? Then I have the lifestyle, and then I ask for the amount, because if I have the amount, I can help him. And he said, yeah, maybe 5K a month extra. I said, all right. Then I ask a crucial question. I ask him, okay, in your normal job, how many hours would you have to work more to get this extra 5K? And then most people are laughing, hey, Michael, come on, bro. It's impossible. I'm doing so much, but I cannot earn it. I said, all right. No worries. And then, because it's super important, because they say it's impossible. And then I give them a solution in do you think it's possible to put in 7 to 10 hours a week? And now 7 to 10 hours, it's super less, because before he said it's impossible, over the next 12 months to get this extra 4 to 5K. And just for you guys to get to a rank of diamond with 7 to 10 hours a week over 12 months, working the system is super realistic. And that's 100% honest. I have so many people in my team doing that in 6, in 8, in 9, in 10, or at least in 12 months. If you are committed, you can make that kind of promise. You don't need a bad feeling about it. It's super realistic. And then ask him, do you think it's possible? And if they say yes, what they do, because they are like in the closing process right now, then I say the most important thing. Okay, if I could help you, I take the role of a coach. I'm not a beggar. I help him achieve his dreams. If I could help you to earn this extra 5K in your spare time from home, and that sentence includes, you don't have to quit your job. We do it in your spare time from home. Would it be okay for you to use the first 2 hours to make a list of 100 people for potential customers and partners, and we invite the 10 best and the 10 easiest right away in the business launch this weekend? Would that be okay to get to this extra 5K in the next 12 months? And 99.9%, you get a yes here. And then you have the yes. In the onboarding, you don't explain them the omega-3 ingredients. You don't explain them smart bras. You don't explain him whatever. We are doing invitations with his inner circle. And that kind of questions I do in the closing. And then after the payment, wait until the payment is through. In Europe, sometimes it's a problem. I don't know how it is in the States. So after the payment, when you get the credits, when the new partner paid, you send your onboarding stuff. For sure, you have like a document or videos or whatever. I don't want to spoil your system. Make an appointment for the onboarding, and you do the onboarding with your upline. I give them always a task. Watch the onboarding videos. Like we have a little education platform. Watch the first 6 videos, like 24 minutes. Then they are prepared and correctly framed for the onboarding. And I invite him to our Telegram group and introduce him there. And that kind of stuff I do after the payment. And then we have the appointment for the onboarding. And the onboarding is like, I would say 30 to 45 minutes. Depends how long we take about talking about his dreams. And then when he's coming prepared to the onboarding, I do the crucial conversation. And this part of the onboarding is key, because at the beginning, I was not doing it like that. And I was always begging my partners to do some, hey, can I help you? And I felt like a little, I sent them messages, I called them and they blocked me. And it was always like offense from my side. And I was feeling like a little needy. And then they did nothing and I had a bad feeling. And it was like always a strange feeling in the calls. And if you have a similar experience, then the next part in the onboarding just takes you 3 or 5 minutes. But if you do it that way, you will never, ever have this problem again. And that's the crucial conversation. How does it work? It's like seven small steps. And you don't have to take all 7 steps. And like I said, I don't want to spoil your onboarding, how you do it. It's just how we do it, what I implemented, and you can take your nuggets, whatever you want. So the first thing is congratulations for the decision. So I say, hey, Thomas, congratulations. You made the decision to change something, because the thing that people regret the most are the things they did not do. And you made the decision, you took action, and I really congratulate you for that. So I make him feel good about his decision. The second thing is I tell him or her what potential I see in him or her. I tell him, hey, Peter Demore, I don't know if you're listening. Hey, Peter, I was really impressed when we had our meetings, because you were sitting there, you had like this kind of energy, and I know if you put that energy into the meetings, into that business, in your spare time from home, I know you can build something great. And you have that special kind of energy, and that's super rare, and I really like it. And I tell them what I see in them, and I don't lie. Tell them really what you think about them. why you signed him up. If there's no potential, I would not sign him or her up, because you spend time with this person. And if you spend time with the wrong people, you get wrong routines. So just sign the people up you really want to work with. So tell them why. Super. Then and then the call is like not a strange feeling because he has like a little bit a bad feeling because he put in the $1,000 and he doesn't know, did I make the right decision? And they come to the onboarding like a little scary. And if you take these 2 steps at the beginning, how is he feeling right now? He's pumped up. He's ready for more. And then we go to the 3rd step. Then I tell him, hey, Thomas, my goal is that you get independent and having a working business as soon as possible. That you have an extra income stream to go to the travel to Thailand. Then I put it his goal. Is it also your goal? And for sure, it's also their goal. So then we make clear that he gets independent. And then I ask him, hey, Thomas, honestly, what do you think? How long it's going to take that you're independent? And if you have like the super high potential sharks and the super confident ones, they say, yeah, maybe 2 weeks. Show me everything in 2 weeks. I'm independent. And I know it at least takes 1 year that you are super independent from everybody. For me, it took. So then I say, all right, 2 weeks. For most people take like 1 year. So we have the right expectations. And if they say, so then it's also in a time frame. And they know the goal is to get independent. Then they don't call you all the time and ask, hey, how many grams of that is in that thing? And can you please call the support? No, it's crystal clear that the goal is that they get independent. And just to finish the 7 steps, and then we make a little break. I know it's a lot. Then the 4th thing is, and this conversation just takes like 3 to 4 minutes. It just takes longer now because I explained the why behind. And then I explain them, hey, Thomas, we have 2 ways how we can work. We can work in group coachings, like with others. We have a team call every week with a kickoffs every month. Or we work individually, you and me, making an exact plan with your goals, with your time limit, and I put my time into your business. What do you prefer? And 99.9% right now telling, hey, Michael, you're a cool guy. For sure, I want to have the one-on-one individual coaching. And I said, all right, that's cool. For that, we need 2 things. The first thing is you need to be coachable. And the second thing is you need to be hungry. And just the info for you, these are not skills. These are decisions. It's a decision to be coachable, and it's a decision to be hungry. And then for sure they say, yeah, I'm coachable and I'm hungry. And then you can prove that. How? With giving tasks. Then I tell them, all right, the task gonna be, depends on your goal. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But like watching videos on an education platform, working with a week plan, tracking the numbers, reading the books, doing a business launch, a product launch, and doing the IPAs. So that kind of task I give them, but I'll show you later. And then the last step, and that's maybe the most important one, I ask them for, in German, you say Arschtritt. In English, it's like an ass kick, I guess. I ask for the ass kick. I tell them, hey, Peter, I'm going to promise you this business is going to be a roller coaster. I can guarantee you, if you are on the top, if you're doing well, if you have to get the results, the customers, the partners, we're gonna celebrate with you. We're going to have a good time together, and we're gonna spend the time together, and everything is nice. But there are also going to be times when people tell you it's a pyramid scheme, they don't like the products or whatever, and then you don't feel that good. And my question to you is, in that kind of phases, how should I behave? Can I call you? Can I text you? Should I motivate you, remind you why you started and give you a little ass kick? Or should I leave you alone? And then I'm quiet. Then maybe they think like 10 seconds probably. So be prepared. There's a long silence. And then they say, no, I think you can call me. And then I get the yes. And then you get the yes for the ass kick. So you never ever have this feeling of, oh, I'm needy, I'm calling him again, I'm texting him again. No, you got the yes on the onboarding. And he told you you should do it. So in your mind, you can skip that part and you're free. So with that little conversation, you can start your onboarding, and then you go like into the steps. All right, long-term goal, short-term goal, with the fast starts, how you can do it, your why. Then we do the business launch, the product launch. I give them the wordings, how to invite. We make 2 dates, one for the business launch, one for the product launch, and we do the tasks. And that's kind of the onboarding. And yeah, now we have like 30 minutes. I don't know, maybe we should do a little break. Maybe you have questions on that part, or do you agree? Do you disagree? Yeah, let me know. What's your opinion?
Okay, so I've got a couple questions here already myself here, because I know we've been talking with the group already about certain things. And first of all, as you can see in some of the comments, so many people are saying, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that you have those troubles. Thank you for saying that, you know, you get frustrated and you've talked to so many people and the things that you did that didn't work, or that you were really terrible at it and you had to get better at it, or, you know, all the things that I think a lot of us have been going through, and especially in regards to onboarding, where all of a sudden they're gone. And in my team, that's one of the questions that we were asking, and that's one reason we put on onboarding, because it is super important, because this is duplication. Now, one thing I do see is I've picked out, if I would describe you in 3 words, I think that's some part of the success of you is your energy. Because I think some people build this business and they don't have that same energy. And energy ties together with the urgency, because your energy and urgency is something that shows also a confidence. So those 3 words are key words for you. How much of that are you putting into your business?
Thank you for that, Carla. And that's a decision as well. Because at the beginning, I was not doing it. And just ask yourself, did you ever give it 100%? Ask yourself. And I asked myself when I was sitting there with no skills, my girlfriend paying the rent, and I did a lot. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I did a lot. But did I give it 100%? No. And then I made the decision, in every call, I'm giving 100%. And when I'm tired, I'm doing 2 more. That's like a crazy stuff of mine. You don't have to copy it, but that's like what I do. And after the call, I'm like, okay, zoom out. I'm sitting there, move. I need to breathe and recover, take a sip, and then next call, and I'm 100% again. Because why should someone follow you if you are like not the passion? And the difference, you have to get that, the difference between 99% and 100%. That's the biggest mistake people think. The difference is not 1%. The difference is everything. Just imagine if you go on vacation from the States to Austria, because you want a ski vacation in beautiful Austria, and you go 99% of the way. You will not come to the hotel. You will not come to the skiing area, because you just went 99% of the way. Yeah, you did a lot, but you will not get there. Or you want to marry your dream wife or your dream man, and you're going to the church and you say yes 99%. It's still a no. So the difference between 99 and 100%, it's not 1%, it's everything. And when I realized that, I knew, all right, I am giving this 100% in every single call. In every time you will see me, you will see I give 100%. Why? Because I know why. And I know where I'm going, and I'm taking everybody who is willing to pay the price. And I just saw a super cool question of Katrin Rizan. She asked, do you invite several people at the same time for the first partner presentation from the 10 best list? I love that question. A few guys texted me that question as well, and I want to answer that. because I think it's important.
And this is regarding the business launching. So you're talking about, because people have asked me that too. It's one of my next things, and there was a great question. So what you talked about these business launches, and you've talked about product business launch and business launch. Can you explain those a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. I thought maybe you need a little break, but then guys, we keep on going, right?
No. Yeah. Thumbs up to everybody out there. Yes, they're all ready to go.
Okay. Then we keep on going, and we are here for the product launches and the business launches. Something now. Okay. Can you see the screen? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, super. Okay. The difference is now the product launch. I tell them, all right, we make a list of your inner circle. Which guys do you want to help first? So we're making this list together. I give him some examples. Who has health problems? Who takes supplements? Who is interested in health and who wants to lose weight? So these are like the first question, and at least he knows 10 people. That are the 10 easiest. And the same thing we do for business launch. Okay, with whom you want to spend more time? Which feedback is important to you? Who has experience in sales? Who owns a business? Who works in health? Who hates his job? Who wants to travel more? Who wants to work from home? What are that kind of guys? And then we make a list with that kind of guys, and we invite them on the business and product launch. And then, like what Katrina asked is, then you have like 10 people at the business launch. And how can you do it? And when we did it like that, it's super strange at the end, because then you do your presentation and then it's like silence. Everybody has in his mind, okay, but it's for sure it's super expensive, and maybe it's a pyramid scheme, but nobody is writing in the chat, and it's always like a strange situation at the end of those presentations. And then we found the solution for that. And guys, normally I don't share that because I think it's brilliant, but we are more than 100 people, so I share it. And then we do a super important thing. So remember that. Okay, at the end of the business launch, I ask a question. Hey, thank you that you for your attention. I know it was a lot of input, and like what we always do at the end of those kind of presentations, we ask him how you liked it. 1 means I don't like it at all. 10 means wow, I really, really love it. Where are you right now? Write in the chat, please. And then you see numbers flying into the chat. And mostly it's like 5, 6, 7, 8. And when it's a 10, you know, all right, the jackpot. And then you get those kind of numbers. And then I tell them, all right, everybody who put in a 5 or higher, they are going to be contacted from the person who invited you to this presentation. And we make an appointment. And the next days, we do a call, just 3 of us, and answering your question, taking a look. Maybe it's something for you, maybe not, just doing a little other meeting. And then the magic happens, because they put in, they showed how important, how good, how interesting it's for them, and they know they're going to be contacted from the person who invited them. Hopefully they attended the business presentation. I think that's obvious. And then we make a follow-up, a 3-way follow-up. So it's like the guy who did the presentation, the person who invited, and the prospect. And then you have a 3-way call, and you're in the follow-up. So following the system, next to the follow-up is the closing, and then the onboarding. And that's how we save those kind of problems. Make sense?
Absolutely. Okay. So is there a certain, you just do 10 for their first launch, for their first business launch, product launch and business launch, 2 different ones. Do you continue doing that, or are you just following up with them?
No, sure. That's how, if you do it like the right way, with 10 people, if you invite 10, the right way, 7 are coming, and they do, I always tell them it's like a restaurant. Come on, if I open a restaurant, Mom, would you come at least once a month to eat a delicious Wiener Schnitzel and a Coke, and it's also 30 euros. So is it okay for you to order once a month a product from my website? I really love it. I really passionate. It helps your health. Could you do that for me? So there's no way you're not making smart bras with 4 customer points. There's no way. So then you have earned 200 euros. You're smart bras. You have the mentor bonus, and you're fired up. Then we're doing the business launch, and if you have 7-8 people there, you're gonna sign up too. And if one of the products was prepaid or something, I don't know if you have that in the States, then you have the 375 credits with 2 partner signups, and you're fast silver. So you have ECB. Then in the first week, you're smart bras, you duplicated yourself, you have now 2 partners, and you're fired up. You earned like $400 to $500, and everything is cool. And then we do the same stuff for his new partners.
I love it. So do you do something to coach them in inviting?
Yeah, sure.
Because you've got, there's always people do different things, and how do you coach them to invite?
All right, guys, then we jump into the next one.
We're getting more and more questions. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Because that's the next part, how to invite.
Okay.
Especially, there are more ways. That's just the way for the first people. How to invite to that restaurant opening. And there are different ways. The first thing is always family and close friends. I always ask them, hey, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, whatever. I'm super interested in health, and that's my passion, and I started a business. I never thought I'd do that, but I did, and I really ask you for support. Saturday, 6 p.m., we are like introducing it. I'm doing it together with Carla. She's a super friend of mine, and I really want to invite you and giving you support me and give you my feedback. Is it okay for you? And for sure, come on. If you invite it like that, they will attend. If not, Saturday no, because there's I don't know, Britain Got Talent. I don't know what the guys are watching, but then you make a next appointment, because with your upline you can do, all right, we do one Friday, we do one Saturday, best case every 2 or 3 days you do like a meeting like that, especially in your recruiting phase in a run. But that's another topic, because we are doing one at the beginning of September. Then your calendar is like super filled up, because everybody is inviting on that kind of launches. Like I said before, the 10 best, the 10 easiest. How can you invite them and say, hey, I'm just making a list of the 10 best friends I have, of the 10 best people I know they have experience in sales, of the 10 best people I know they have experience in health, or whatever, or the 10 people I want to spend more time, because I found for me a new business. I'm so hyped up. It's so interesting. I'm learning so much, and you with your skills, because I know everything what you do, you just finish it. You just crush it. And I think you're super successful as well. We are going to introduce that business Saturday, 6 p.m. Can I count on you? And if you invite the 10 best and 10 easiest people like that, why should they not come? If you tell them what's in it for them, why you invite them, and why you want to spend more time with them. So it's a super compliment for them. They take a look. And the cool stuff is, successful people, if they're successful in one thing, it's super realistic that they get successful in another thing. Why? Because success is always the same. It's discipline compared with endurance and the English word, sorry, I always do it in German, discipline, endurance, and routines. And if you master that 3 things, you get successful in everything. And successful people know that. So if they get successful in their other business, it's super realistic that they get successful here. That's why you should invite the most successful people, because they know how it works. And a third thing is what you can do. You can ask for feedback. And hey, Uncle Bob, I know you're super busy. I always admired that you are like a kind of business guy, that you are like the person to be with. And I started a new business, and I really want your feedback. Saturday, 6 p.m., we are doing like a little introduction of the business. And I would be very honored if you come, take a look, and give me your feedback. Can you do that for me? For sure, Uncle Bob is coming because you made him a compliment. He thinks, well, now, hey, I'm the biggest businessman here in town, and they are asking for my advice. for sure he's going to take a look. And if it's nothing for him, you can ask him, I know, Bob, it's nothing for you, like I told you, but do you know any people in health? Do you know any sales people? And the successful people, they always have a network. So that's super easy to get your successful people to ask for feedback. Or you know their need, their strengths, or their challenges. Like what I like to do is the next sentence. Hey, Peter, you told me you really hate your job and you're suffering. And my question to you is, did you just say it like that, or were you serious about that? No, Michael, I was serious about that. Say, all right, perfect. Listen, I cannot promise anything, but I think I have a solution. Saturday, 6 p.m., we are introducing a business. I'm super excited. It's in health, and I'm just excited. I cannot explain anything more. I don't want to spoil it. Saturday, 6 p.m. Take a look. Maybe it's a solution for your problem. Why shouldn't he not come? And that kind of invitation, it's like 2 minutes. And I always tell them, hey, I'm busy. I'm doing the list of the 10 best, the 10 easiest. I don't tell anything to anybody. Take a look on Saturday. And but then you need to know the guys. You need the needs, the strengths. Or I tell them, hey, Sasha, I know you are the guy who is always doing the research. I know if you do something, you're always doing it right. And I love that about you. And I think I started a new business and I'm super excited about it. And I think if you would do that, you could be just going through the roof. Cannot promise you anything, but I would be honored if you take a look and give me your feedback. Saturday, 6 p.m., we are doing a business launch. And or you can say, hey, I would feel guilty if I don't show you that. I never thought that I started a business. Just imagine I did that because it's super easy in my spare time from home. I don't know, but maybe it's something for you as well. Take a look Saturday, 6 p.m. Like that. And maybe one more. Yeah, important is also, don't make the mistake. It's always the Great Wall of China. Imagine if you do that kind of invitations, imagine the Great Wall of China. In between the invitation and the presentation. Don't do the presentation on the phone. If you're brand new, explain, yeah, we are working with the blood test and it's super cool and it's omega-3 and vitamin D and blah, blah, blah. And they say, all right, cool. Do your stuff, but it's nothing for me. They make a decision without knowing everything about it because you explain it on the phone. They need to take a look at least 30 minutes to get an overview. So that's why it's impossible to explain it on the phone. That's why always imagine the Great Wall of China, invitation, presentation, to different things. And and if you know the problem, I always ask, hey, were you serious about it? Hey, you said you want to travel more, but in your job, it's like impossible. Were you serious about it, or did you just say it like that? No, I was serious about it. Hey, cannot promise you anything, but maybe we have a solution. I know Peter, he had the same problem. He started this side business from home in his spare time. Now he has an extra income. He can do these travels. Like I said, I cannot promise you anything, but maybe take a look. Saturday, 6 p.m., we launch it. And that's like the wordings we're going through. We have a document, send the new part of the document. We can find out what fits to them because not everybody is like me. We have some more indirect ways. We have some more silent ways. And that's how we do it. We just give them different wordings and then they invite for the launches.
Okay. There's so much to talk about here. Everyone's like overfilling, but so there's a lot of people that you get started. How many percentage are you keeping active? Because what about those people that are kind of, that you don't get a hold of and that kind of stop answering your calls?
Yeah.
Do you have some of those?
For sure.
Or can you restart people?
For sure. It's like this kind of thinking is how it's not, I know that because I'm the teacher. We always look at what the things that did not go that well. But in network marketing, it's super important that you focus on the people who are willing to pay the price. You will never make a running person. There's the saying, walk with the walkers, run with the runners, but never sleep with the sleepers. And there are many sleepers, and that's totally fine, the sometimers. And it's not better or worse, but I am doing my focus on the guys who really are willing to pay the price, are doing the tasks, because if you have like 4 big leaders, you're going to president in Zinzino with this compensation plan. You don't need 100 leaders. You need just 4. If you do 1 a year, 1 really good leader a year, when you invest your time and you work with that kind of people, with this compensation plan in Zinzino, and I compared a lot, it's like you're going through the roof.
So Ranjana asks, okay, so how do you coach people through these ups and downs? Because, you know, people, when they start that roller coaster, some people are, you know, at some point thinking, is it worth it? You know, yeah. And how do you coach them?
Yeah. Super important.
At the low part of the roller coaster.
Yeah. Super important question. Thank you for that one. And I have like 15 minutes that I have to go out. 19:15 I have a call, but we are going to do that. And I do that with stories. I tell them stories. And if you want, I can show you how I tell the stories. Should I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the onboarding as well, I tell them that. I tell them, hey, Hans, now we did all that kind of stuff. And at the end, I also want to be honest with you. Do you know what is going to happen as well? I can promise you, you're going to have disappointments. People are going to lie to you, your upline, your sideline, your downline. People say they're going to start, they will not start. You're going to feel pain. You're going to have a lot of stress. It's going to happen. You know what's going to happen as well? You're going to have a lot of rejections. There are going to be a lot of naysayers. They told me, and honestly, that happened to me. When I started, they said things like, do you think you're something better? Posting photos on Instagram. You are a teacher. Are you too lazy to work? Come on, man, do a real job. That never going to work. Come on with us having a beer. Why are you sitting at home grinding on Saturday night? There's football, there's soccer coming. Do you think you're something better? People told me like that. And I'm sure if you take this business serious, it's going to happen to you as well. Because, why? Because there are a lot of dream stealers. Why? Because normal people like normal people. And if you do unnormal things, and come on, you just invested $1,000 for that business. You're building a business. You're going to be an entrepreneur. Is that normal? No. That's why people want to stop you. Not because they're angry or they're sad. They just want to stop you because if you're going away, they see that they're not moving. So there are 2 ways what they can do. Also keep on moving, but most people are lazy. So easier for them is to bring you back, so that you are on the same level. Not because they are angry or sad, it's just normal human beings. There are a lot of dream stealers, and you're going to make a lot of steps back. Your team gets smaller. People are going to quit because they think it's no work, and you're going to have a lot of stress. I can promise you. And I can promise you as well, you will fail over and over and over again. Going to make a little break. And then I tell them, okay, is it then all worth it? If that is going to happen. I cannot tell you if it's worth for you. I can just tell you, I started this in this profession in 2021, and 2022 was the year of my life. We went to Mexico. I quit my job. We went to Mexico, did the crown there. Then we spent 2 months there because in Austria it was too cold. Then we went to Sweden, Gothenburg, take a look at the Zinzino office. Then we went to a 5-star trip, everything paid, the director's trip in Gran Canaria. Then I let my girlfriend fly in to Mexico. I proposed to her there at the Caribbean Sea. Then we went to Greece. Then we met like super important people like Marco Passananti you see in the picture. Then we kept on moving. We went to Mallorca. We went to Monaco on a meeting with Eric Worre. We met Orient. We went to an incentive in Gmunden. We went to Italy, Grado with my fiancée. We went to Oslo to the Leader School event. We kept on moving and we married. I married my dream wife. She said, yes, we married. We made the honeymoon on the Maldives. We had like an over water bungalow you can see in the middle down. And I could afford it. We made a Germany tour. We went to Dubai and did Black Crown in Dubai. That all happened in that year. I went to the marriage of my brother and I could be there. I could be there for him. I could be the older brother he deserves. I could help him. And finally, I could pay the rent, help my wife, and I could give something back. So again, I cannot answer the question for you. But if you put in the 7 to 10 hours over the next 12 months, you can transform your life however you want, and you can be the person you always wanted to be. If it's worth it or not, you can make this decision right now. And if you tell stories like that, and if you don't have a story like that for yourself right now, craft one. Craft your vision. Tell them, all right, I'm a silver right now, but my goal is at the end of September, I'm going to be an executive. I know exactly what I have to do. I spend time with them. I take it serious right now. In the end of the year, in December, I'm going to be a platinum. As a platinum, I earn like $1,300 to $1,400. Then I can afford to pay the private school for my daughter, Kara. And then in 1 year from now, I'm going to be a diamond. And as a diamond, I quit my job. I'm going here full time. I take it super serious and I'm going to transform my life. I am going. And if you tell them, all right, hey, they know you are going, who does not want to join? And if you keep grinding like that, I can tell you what is going to happen as well, because then in May 2023, like last May, I did a presentation again. And you know, my first presentation, I was that bad. Nobody joined. They laughed at me. The guy left. And in May, I did a presentation again for my team. 80 people attended live, prospects, watching the presentation, and over 5,000 people took a look on the recording. Watching how I do the presentation, and they copy it because there are not many presentations who are more powerful than mine. But when I started, nobody wanted to watch. But I did the work when nobody was watching. And just remember, I'm a normal kid from a 2,500 people village in Austria. And if I can do it, you can do it if you just work the system together. And that's my 100 honest opinion on that kind of business. And guys, we are just at the beginning. Fasten your seatbelt. September to November, we are doing a 90-day run. That's another topic, but we could talk about this as well.
But a lot can happen if you do exactly this, because it's really just duplicating exactly what you just talked about. And that's what's going to create your vision, whatever vision you have. And there is no limit. The only limit is what you put for yourself, right?
100%.
Well, Michael, I don't know how to thank you enough, because this was so much information, so powerful. And we're going to use this during our 90-day run and really rock this. And I hope a lot of people are going to be meeting at the end of this or somewhere in the middle for some of you, depending on your 90-day run at the annual event in Oslo. So many people need to be there. It's part of the system.
100%.
Right?
See you in Oslo, guys. Looking forward.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, Michael. Thank you so much for all of the training. It has been absolutely incredible. And I'm going to let everybody